What's up, guys? Welcome back to the journey. Hopefully you guys are subscribed and following along. Today we're going to do something different, something a little fun. I'm going to call this the 2022 awards ceremony for my avocados. So we're going to go through each and every category, and I will give you what I think the winners are based off of the different categories. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button so you can be a part of the team. Trying to grow some avocados in Southern California, going through some challenges, but then hopefully succeeding at the very end. So follow along. All right, you guys. All right, category number one, fastest grower, nominee number one. This was what I would call my fake reed. It's actually a Hass. I think we've kind of figured that out, but look how fast this thing has been growing. So I'll show you some footage of it from when I first put it into the ground, and then this is what it looks like today. This is what it looks like right now, and I mean, we like the Hass fruit, so this is not a problem having it. I was disappointed because I wanted a reed and I was expecting a reed, but we got a Hass. But it's all good because Hass fruit's good, and this one is starting to fruit, and there's a couple in there. Let me see if I can find a couple so you can see. But there's one right, there's one right there, another one right there. There's a couple, so I expect this thing to start to flower pretty soon here. And this next year for 2023, we're gonna get a lot of fruit, so excited about that. Nominee number two, my Hass that I bought that was supposed to be a Hass and is a Hass. So this was one that almost won last year. Our first category for 2022 is fastest grower, and this is my holiday, but it's not a holiday. I think it's a Hass mislabeled as a holiday, so disappointing. But this thing is growing really well, and I'm gonna need to top it here because it's definitely overtaking and actually probably kind of leaning over a little bit because it's so tall. And the winner for fastest grower for 2022 is the holiday, fake holiday, my Hass. Look how much it's grown this year. I mean, that's like way up there. So we're gonna have to top it to kind of keep it a little shorter, and then hopefully this thing's gonna spread out a little bit more. I put the holiday here because I thought it was a holiday, and holidays are supposed to be smaller trees, more dwarf. But it's all good. We got a Hass, another Hass. So, and category number two is the comeback kid. So the comeback kid this year and the winner is this. So you guys may want to know, what is this? This is my Kona Charwell that I actually pulled out of the ground, and I decided to put it into a 15-gallon pot and babied it because I wanted to make sure I had a Kona. And this was before I actually found Konas locally. So as you can see, this one is actually doing well now. So I'm going to show you guys some footage of this, what it looked like when I actually pulled it out. It almost looked like I bare rooted it, which is interesting. And essentially what I did was I threw it into this 15-gallon pot, and I used Gary's Best top pot because I had a bag, and just kind of took care of it and just kind of left it here underneath this big old jacaranda, which is right here, and it just made a comeback. So this is my winner, category number two, the comeback kid. So you can see it's actually doing really well. It's almost doing well enough to be able to get put back into the ground somewhere, but of course I'm going to find a different spot than where I actually pulled it out. So we'll find a spot, get it in the ground, because Konas are great, really good tasting fruit. All right, category number three is most disappointing, and Nominee number one, my Nabal. It's actually trying to make a comeback here, but it just did not like where it's at. I think it's because it's surrounded by eucalyptus and it's just not doing good, so we're gonna have to take this guy out. I'm not sure if I want to put another avocado in this spot, but maybe a different one might do better than this one. So nominee number one, Nabal. Nominee number two, Lamb Hass. This was growing really well when it first started off, and then all of a sudden it just kind of took a wrong turn. So still alive, not doing great. I didn't do a good job of protecting it this year. You can see the limbs are not painted, and they should be. So not too excited about this thing making a comeback, but we'll see what happens here. But I do have another Lamb Hass that I got from Brokaw, and I got a couple actually, so I'm not too worried. Okay, the winner for biggest disappointment for 2022, my Nabal. It's just doing terrible. At least this one is. Let me show you another one. But you know, this is why we have multiple trees of some of our favorite varieties here. This is my Nabal that I got from Brokaw. So this is what it looks like today. Doing okay. Let me walk back a little bit so you can see it in the frame, so I can document this for next year. Nominee number one for Most Fruitful is my bacon. And this bacon has produced a lot of fruit this year, and enough that I actually had to support it so it didn't break the branches. There's still fruit on there, and we've been picking them slowly and enjoying them. You can see them right there. Nominee number one, bacon avocado. Nominee number two for Most Fruitful this year is my Jan Boyce. And I actually had a lot of fruit, but a lot of them dropped. So I'm down to 3. As you can see, there's 3 right there. My last 3, I'm hoping these guys stick around and I get a chance to at least enjoy a Jan Boyce. Nominee number 3 for Most Fruitful is my Hass. This Hass actually had a lot of fruit at the beginning of the year, and there's still a lot of fruit hanging on. I'm having some rodents, UFO issues. So as you can see, here's one. They're like nibbling on it. But you know, the Hass is really good fruit. This one's the bumpy skin type. That's what my mom says. She calls these the bumpy skin types of avocados that are really good tasting. So this one hasn't been touched yet, which is awesome, by a UFO. But there's lots of fruit in there, and you can see there's tons of fruit. And this is why I think you should have a Hass avocado in your grove. If you got enough room, definitely consider getting one of these. And if you look, it's growing nicely. It's kind of falling over a little bit. I need to either stake it, or I'm going to probably top it. So this is nominee number 3, my Hass. Nominee number 4, Zutano. And considering how small this guy is, it fruited a lot. I still got fruit. We've been slowly picking them and enjoying them. And you can see here's another one. So Zutano. And the winner for Most Fruitful for 2022 is my bacon, of course. This thing has produced a lot of fruit, and I'm glad that I got a bacon because I do like the fruit. It tastes really good. Not the best, but you know, anything homegrown is way better than some of the stuff that I'm getting at the supermarket. So glad to have a bacon, and if you guys are interested in getting a bacon, I would say go ahead and do it because it's pretty tough. It's been growing well and can handle the cold also. So here's our winner for 2022. Okay, category number 5, the most unique variety. Number 1, the koala. I got this from a friend. It's a unique variety. Number 1, koala. Okay, nominee number 2, the Don Galogli. This is what it looks like right now. I need to get this in the ground, so that's the plan in the next week or so. Get this in the ground. Number 2, Don Galogli. Okay, I actually got a nominee number 3 for this year. And for this year, nominee number 3 is right there, the Kahalu. I had a friend who got this for me. It's actually doing well. And it's grafted. You can see the graft right here. Coming out. Doing okay. Eventually going to get this put in the ground pretty soon also. Okay, nominee number 4 for this year. I still have it in my sleeve here. It's the Palo de Oro. So it's right here. I need to get this in the ground also. I haven't done it yet. But this is kind of what it looks like right now. Palo de Oro. Yes, and yes, I do have a nominee number 5. And nominee number 5 for this year is SC Gold. So let's see if I can get in there so you can see it. SC Gold for Santa Clara Gold. I got this from a friend and I grafted this earlier in the year. See if I can show you the graft right there. And this thing is doing really well. So I'm excited for this variety in my little mini grove here. So this was last year's winner, the Esther. And this is what it looks like right now. I'm going to do a little footage of it last year. And this is what it looks like right now, the Esther. So this is the Esther again on the inside. And gosh, I'm excited about the Esther. And I hope the fruit tastes really good. So I'm going to do a taste test. But it's fruiting really well considering the size. I mean, look at this thing. That's amazing. And the fruit size is really big. So that's my hand right there. So big clusters of fruit all over. So out of the 5 nominees, I think the winner is SC Gold. And the reason why is because it hasn't gone mainstream yet, but it will. I had a chance to taste one fruit. I gave a friend a fruit and it was really good. So I'll link the video where I kind of showed that up top so you can actually see the video of the SC Gold. But now that I have some nice wood here, I'm going to be able to propagate this and maybe I can share it with some people who are interested in this variety also. So the winner is SC Gold. Alright guys, thanks for being part of the journey for this year. 2022 is about to be done and 2023 is coming in. And check this out, my Jim Bacon starting to flower. So this is looking good for 2023. We're gonna get a lot of fruit hopefully, and I hope you guys all get a lot of fruit also for next year. And thanks for being a part of the journey. All right, remember, gotta stay hydrated, and I'll talk to you guys next year. Later.